A very good morning, dear students. Today we'll start with the numericals. That is, we have studied about the side distance, that is stopping side distance, overtaking side distance, and the intermediate side distance. Based on that, we'll solve the numericals. I will read out the statement here. Calculate the minimum side distance required to avoid a head-on collision of two cars approaching from the opposite direction at 90 km and 60 km per hour. Okay, so what they are asking here, calculate the minimum stopping side distance is required to avoid the head-on collision between the two vehicles. The two vehicles, how they are moving in the opposite directions. Okay, assume the reaction time of the 2.5 seconds. So what is the reaction time? That is small t, that is equal to 2.5 seconds, and the coefficient of friction is 0.7. Coefficient of friction, that is friction between the vehicle's tire and the road, that is 0.7, and the brake efficiency is 50% in either cases. So efficiency of the brake is how much? It is 50%. Okay, so here what are the given data in this question is, we are having the two vehicles with two different speeds, that is V1 is 90 km per hour and the V2 is 60 km per hour, and the reaction time, that is small t, is equal to 2.5 seconds, and the friction coefficient of friction, it is 0.7, and the brake efficiency is 50%, means brake efficiency is related to our friction itself. So your F is equal to what? 50% means it is 0.5 into 0.7. So your F will becomes 0.35. So what is your formula? The stopping side distance, when we are going to consider the velocity, that speed in terms of kilometer per hour, that is 0.278 v into t plus v square divided by 254 into f. Otherwise it is v into t plus v square by 2 into g into f, right? So we have converted this in terms of kmph, so the formula is 0.278 v into t plus v square by 254 f. So what are the things we know? We know that v is we know, and t and f, these data we know. So here we are having the stopping side distance for two vehicles. There are two vehicles which are moving in opposite directions, so we need to find out the stopping side distance for these two vehicles. So for the first vehicle, I will find out, that is 0.278 into 90 into 2.5 u. So 90 is the velocity of the, or speed of the first vehicle, plus 90 square divided by 254 into 0.35. So how much we got? That is 153.6 meters. That is this is the minimum distance required to stop the vehicle. For one vehicle it is required. Okay, for another vehicle with a different speed, that is at 60 km per hour. So again we'll put this, substitute this in the formula, that is 0.278 60 into 2.5 plus 60 square root by 254 into 0.35. So what we got? So that is 82.2 meters. So one vehicle is required 153.6 meter, and the vehicle is required 82.2 meter. So can you compare the values here, 153.6 and 82? So it is, when the velocity is, or speed of the vehicle is more, means you require more the distance to stop the vehicle. So again, how it is related? It is related to your brake efficiency. Okay, so no vehicle is having 100% brake efficiency. 100% brake efficiency means whenever you are going to apply the brakes, at that moment only if the vehicle stops, that is 100% brake efficiency. So after applying, it will take time, means it has certain efficiency, that is that will be there, that is the efficiency of the brake. Okay, that is another kind. Okay, so what we know that we calculated now stopping side distance for 90 km speed vehicle as well as for the 60 km speed of the vehicle. But our condition is that we should avoid the head-on collision between the two vehicles. Okay, so to avoid head-on collision, we need to have the stopping sight distance for the first vehicle as well as the second vehicle. So to get that one, we'll have to add the stopping sight distance of these two vehicles. So that is 153.6 plus 82.2, so that is totally it is 235.8 meter. So this much distance is required to avoid the head-on collision between the two vehicles. Clear? Next is we'll take one more numerical of similar kind here. Calculate the stopping sight distance on a highway at a descending gradient of 2% for a design speed of 80 km per hour. Assume other data as per IRC recommendations. So in this question he has asked to determine the stopping sight distance, but the condition is what? The highway is at a descending gradient of 2%. So in the theory we have studied the stopping the factors which are affecting the stopping sight distance. Okay, so in that the gradient is also 1. Okay, so again in the gradient there are upward gradient and a downward gradient. So when the downward gradient means the usually the speed will be more. Okay, so speed will be more means it requires more distance. It requires more distance to stop the vehicle, isn't it? So only it has been taken as minus. Assume the total reaction time t as 2.5 seconds and the design coefficient of friction F is equal to 0.35 and the velocity v is in terms of 80 km per hour, 80 kmph, and n is equal to minus 0.2%, that is minus 0.02. So stopping sight distance formula we know that is when velocity is in terms of kilometer per hour, that is 0.278 capital V into T plus V square divided by 254 F plus or minus n%. What is there? Earlier it is V square divided by 254 F. So here F plus n%, plus or minus n%. When you are going to take plus n% means when it is the I will tell the concept here regarding this. See here V square divided by 254 F plus or minus n%. What is the concept? Two conditions in the gradient. One is the upward gradient and there is the downward gradient. Okay, so upward gradient means you are maybe you also feel this thing. So when the upward gradient is there, your velocity will be reduced. Okay, so when you apply this apply the brake with a slowly also, your vehicle is going to be stopped at a earlier distance. Okay, when same case in the vice versa, when the gradient is downward gradient, your vehicle speed will be more. When the vehicle speed will be more means it requires more distance to stop the vehicle, isn't it? So here we'll fix up with respect to that concept. When your this is numerator, this is denominator. When your denominator is more, you will get less distance, isn't it? You will get less distance. Whatever the value you are getting in terms of meter, that is distance. If your denominator is more, you will get obviously less. For example, 1 divided by 2. How much? Here numerator is 1, denominator is 2. So when the denominator is more with respect to the numerator, you will get lesser value. Okay, right? When your numerator is more and denominator is less, you will get more value, right? So here, when the gradient is upward, we need to have what? Lesser distance, isn't it? We need to have lesser distance, isn't it? For that, n equal to plus, n will be plus. So when the gradient is downward, you will have to have more distance. So more distance means your denominator must be lesser. So to make less, what we need to do? We need to subtract. So n will be plus when it is upward gradient. When n will be minus when it is a downward or descending gradient. So in this problem, it is a descending gradient of 0.02% or 0.02. So it is 80 square divided by 254 into f is 0.35 minus 0.02. So you will get 76.35. So your total stopping start distance is 132 meters. I think you are clear with the concept here. So if you found any difficulty, please ask me.